it's a pretty good conversation.
What about your smoochable voice and your totally not
No,
smoochable face?
I'm a subscriber. I subscribed, by the way, so
Oh
I
my
don't get any
god,
benefits on the server. I'm
pretty-
sort of angry about that.
Subscribe.
you're pretty powerful then.
Yeah,
Maybe not the
I'm
most
basically
powerful.
a shareholder.
Can you jump down, Mr. Indy?
You're not muted, by the way. I can hear you on the stream.
Oh, we.
Game lobby is full.
Hang on, there's too many people in this lobby.
Just ban them all real quick. For me.
Lots of the silver players.
I'm just gonna sort it out real quick. Can you talk about your day?
My day? I
Yeah, talk
actually,
about your day while I
Indy,
can sort
no,
this
wait,
out.
wait, Indy, tell me about your day first.
That's fair.
Oh, I went to online school.
Okay.
You went there? You surfed the Netscape?
Hey, let him talk.
What else did I do?
Sorry.
During online school, instead of listening, I played Minecraft.
Well, yeah,
So,
that's
you know,
what.
that's
Yeah,
just- yeah, that's what everyone does.
I was about to say.
Um,
That's actually a really good idea. If I were you, I would have a specific server built for your entire class.
oh, we basically have that.
Good.
Sort of.
That'd
I
be
mean,
kind of
not
cool.
the smart people. I mean, I don't know. It's like
Not the smart people.
no, the smart like. I guess my friend group is considered the intellectually.
The nerds.
Speaking of nerds,
Yeah.
I'm a big one, and we're about to jump into a game with 10 more of them, guys. I just switched the screen over to the Pro Draft. These guys need Pro Draft. It's commercial tonight, and I know, Mr. Indy, you're a big commercial guy. You talk about commercials all the time. In fact, in our Stream Team channel, you've just been posting your favorite commercials every day. It's pretty weird.
Yeah, I love the refrigerator one where the guy walks down.
Yeah,
And the
you keep reposting. It's pretty crazy how much you like that commercial. So I think you're really going to like these games. We've got I think it's actually Furious 5. It's not Fast 5 against Degenerate Esports. I could be wrong. I'm going to go check so I'm not horribly embarrassed when they listen to this. And they're like, hey,
Yeah, that'd be super.
you call us the
embarrassing.
wrong name the entire time, you stupid, ugly idiot with the gorgeous voice but a stupid face. It is Furious
Yeah,
5.
dude, that'd be super embarrassing if you did that live on stream. Oh my god. Could you imagine?
If I was doing live on
Jeez.
stream right now, like if I was streaming right now, which I am, it'd be super embarrassing.
Dude, embarrassing for sure.
Dude, I'm
for
just
sure.
saying we should get ads for like cool websites to get money. Very smart.
Yeah, you're still talking
Yeah.
about commercials. You're still hung up on them, aren't you?
like-
You're really on the commercial thing.
There's this yeah, I'm not gonna say that.
Say it,
It's
say
good.
it,
Good.
say
No,
it.
censor himself. He's gonna censor
Actually,
himself.
yeah,
He needs to censor himself. We're
Smart,
into the
probably
bands
smart.
right now, guys. I know you guys don't have the link, so I'm gonna shoot you guys the link right here. But we are actually into the bands. We're seeing a couple. I'm gonna put it into the Stream Team channel that we're both part of because we're all so loving and beautiful. But we've got a lot of bands going on right now. These are two teams that I have never seen play. I think I've seen a grand total of 0 of these players play the game before.
Wow.
We've got all
nice.
6 bands out. Seraphine, Lucian, Shen. Leona's a really big pick for Furious 5. I did look them up today. Leona is like, this guy plays like a 600 ranked games. 450 of them are going to be Leona. Big Leona support player in here today. I know that we do have that, so that is going to be the first one locked in. A lot of aggressive picks taken away from the Furious 5. A lot of aggressive picks. Pike, Diana, Silas.
Another friend.
You know, I will say one thing though. I don't really know about banning the Seraphine. I don't know if that's like necessarily an effective champion, especially in the current state. But it sort of feels a little wasted in my opinion.
It could
I mean,
be.
from my experience.
So they know they're going to first pick that Leona, right? It could be like, hey, this champion's annoying to deal with because Leona can't engage the way they want to. Or because our Kaisa that we were going to lock in second isn't going to be the best pick into it. So I think it might have just been a protection ban for their bot lane because they know, okay, the other team plays a lot of this. They've locked in Nautilus Samir now, which I think is a super strong lane as well.
Right.
So I think this would be a good game. Trundle, now, I did research these teams. That Trundle is a flex. And it could be jungle or top, which is normal, but usually if you're scouting a team, you can be like, oh, that's definitely top or that's definitely jungle. With these guys, it's not as night and day.
Yeah, like Nautilus and Samira, they have that like huge CC
Another
chain, right?
friend.
Nautilus gets a hook or an auto attack, and Samira can just click on them, right, to just get another knockout.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just stuck in place for 4 or 5 seconds. It should be a pretty easy kill against maybe a Kaisa.
Yeah, you can definitely chain that CC that you're talking about. Ari, super big pickup here for Degenerate Esports. They were able to get their favored Ari. That player also plays things like Anivia. Or mid laners that like to farm up for a bit and then try to basically burst you on down. Syndra's going to be banned away from the mid lane of Furious 5 as we get into the second round of bans here. Listen, I've casted a couple games already. What I really want to see is action and just people that just murder each other and constant death. What do you guys want to see?
I don't think that's too much to ask for, honestly. I think that is honestly par for the course. I hope, at least.
You know, yeah, I'm a big meme guy. I'd like to see someone just make like some horrific misplay or something horrible that we can just all take a moment and appreciate why we really watch League of Legends.
Yeah, that'd be good too. Honestly, I'd love to see that. Yeah, I don't know too much about these teams, if I'm being honest. So this is it's a little mysterious for me. It's like the fog is over the game stage, and like you don't know who's going to be coming out, who's going to be coming on top.
You don't know who's going to be coming out or coming on top. I like the way you said that, and I may say it again tonight. In chat is talking about something right now, and it is that Fast 5 and Furious 5 are both in the same league. That's intentional because I did want there to be a match of the Fast and the Furious. That was extremely intentional. I knew they were both commercial level, so they got into the commercial leagues one or two. And I said, why would I put these two teams in different... I know they're sister teams, but they still want to kill each other more than anything.
Yeah.
There's not going to be any win trading going on. We'll know. Mostly
Right.
because I'm telepathic. And I know that ZZ Choke about still thinking about coming out on top. He really liked that a lot. He loved that he said.
I'm coming out and I'm coming out on top.
Yeah. Hecarim picked up here for Degenerate Esports. Camille and Cassiopeia picked up for the side of Furious 5, so that Trundle will be in the jungle. Let's see what the last pick is going to be here. It will be a top lane counter to this Camille, I'm assuming, or at least a good Fives champion that doesn't get beat by Camille too bad.
Right. Now, just off of what you see so far, what are you guys thinking is going to be the outcome of this current game? What do you think we're going to see?
Well, I mean, just looking at these two team comps, just looking at the Degenerate team especially, look at the pick making. You have an Ari Charm, a Nautilus hook, and you can just have the Hecarim follow up. I think they're going to have that mid-game power, able to basically pick off anyone who gets hit by any skill shot. They should instantly die from the CC chain.
Right. No, that makes total
I
sense.
think that, this is really going to be dictated a lot by the junglers early. I think when looking at people like Trundle and Hecarim, they both have the ability to gank decently early on, especially come level 6. They're both super impactful in the team fights. We're going to move on over to them locking people in right now. Here we go.
I'll say one worry that I... Wait,
yeah, go ahead. No, go. You go.
I think I have one worry about the Degenerate team. It's that they're a little short range, especially for my liking with Samira, not really known for being a long range AD carry. You got to get right up next to them. They only have like one long range threat with the Ahri. And even then, Ahri sort of wants to dash forward and do some bursts. So I think they might just be like outranged by Kaisa perhaps in these engagements.
Interesting thought. I was having a similar thought with that Cassiopeia too, is that Cass can negate a lot of their mobility, and they drafted 2 carries that are super mobile, right? And she can, that Miasma, her W, can negate them from dashing. So Ahri ultimate goes away. Samira's dashes are no longer able to be used at that point. So I think that's a very astute point with their lower range, and the fact that they got a mid lane counter a little bit for how the Degenerates want to play this one.
Right. I have already completely forgotten what the teams were for picks, honestly. So I have no input at all. See, like this Urgot is news to me.
Yes, okay, I'll make a bet. I'll make a bet. X Ranger 10. Thank you for the follow. Very much appreciate it. Everyone who's, thank you for the sub. Everyone else who has followed today. Thank you guys so much as well. I will, now that you've seen the draft, I'll create the bet. All right, you can bet with your channel points who's going to win. Ooh. I know that you guys are all gamblers and that you're addicted to
my favorite.
So I'll do that right now. You hang on.
Honestly, I don't feel right until this bet is made. I feel
Are you going to bet a lot on it?
If I'm being frank right now, I'm currently
Another
shaking
friend.
because I'm unable to make a bet until you set it up. So yes, I'm going to bet a lot. Get your channel points in.
Well,
Come
I
on,
guess we didn't
everybody.
give the
Oh.
last night's predictions out, so we're giving them out right now to everybody. We'll start the new prediction of who will win. Blue side is where Furious 5 are, so they will be the blue color guys, and on that red or that magenta-y side, in the prediction app, it's gonna be Degenerates.
Reddish magenta.
That's just what it is, dog.
It's a regenta.
It's a regenta.
I like it. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh,
You know,
here
like
we go.
Salve Regina. It's like Salve Regento.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but
Balloon Pond 99. How do you bet? I just posted it right now. You hit that predict button up there, and you click on your channel points to spend them, and then you either capitalize or you lowercase.
Oh, look at all the numbers roll. Isn't that cool?
It is fun to watch.
Come on, everybody, click.
click, click.
Make sure you spam. You ready?
I think this
Come
game
on.
will be a banger. Good point, Mr. Indy. Who you giving this game to right now?
Right now, just looking at it, not even knowing anything about the players.
Yeah, knowing absolutely zero things, just the compositions.
Just looking off the compositions, I think that I like Furious 5's Engage a little bit more than Degenerates, especially because of the miasma on the Cassiopeia. She can shut down a lot of that Hecarim just moving in. If they can protect that Kaisa and the Trundle can maybe put an ultimate down on the Hecarim or the Urgot, I think that's an easy win for Furious 5.
Okay, we've got a
Good thing
Furious
I'm putting
5 bet
my
right
points
here.
down then. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Furious 5 or bust.
Recognize your emperor.
Oh, that's gonna be
Balloon
a
Pond,
fat
thank you
eye
so
at
much
the
for
end.
hosting us. So appreciated, my dude. Now, guys, we actually don't get to jump right in 10 seconds, as it says choose your loadout, which obviously we're choosing to stream. But we have to wait that 3 minutes for that spectator delay. It's also super important that we wait that 3 minutes because these guys are playing live. They have the ability to pause the game if they need to. Obviously, people's power can cut out and everything. So we got to talk for 3 whole minutes. And honestly, guys, I don't know what to talk about.
Ah, that's easy.
Oh, go ahead.
Let's talk about coming out and coming up on top.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Horrible.
He does think that Mr. Indy does think that Furious 5 will come out on top. I will say Furious 5's sister team, Fast 5, has a lot of returning members to LBLCS, but all 10 of these members are brand new. Bixis on that Samira is the captain of his team, and he's made some claims from what I've seen that he's a big baller. So I'm excited to see him play. I'm really excited to watch him play this one out. I also think that if we're looking at the name game, Cloud Turtle is my favorite, I think.
I
mean,
don't
look at
know.
Nautilus's name. I like Nautilus's name. That's very
Burn in
good,
Hell?
Very classic League of Legends. Yeah.
That's
the
actually
community right there.
Yeah, there's no like that's hell like actually HELL. It's not like HEII that are capital or anything. That's actually like
Yeah, that's an
he
OG
got
name.
it. He got it.
This is
Yeah,
really
and
good.
the fact that no one reported him or that stayed this whole time just shows how loving the community is. That's a good nickname. I
Yeah.
like it.
All right, I got a good topic for us.
Mhm.
If you had to choose your Star Wars name, what would it be?
That's not a league related topic, but I would think it would be I don't know how you choose a Star Wars name. I don't know how that even happens.
I don't know. It just sounds spacey. You
Mine
know?
would definitely be Gandalf Potter.
That's pretty good.
I have a love-hate relationship with Mr. Indy already. I think my name would be Buggleberry Finn.
That honestly would work.
I don't think it'd be that bad of a name. I've
No.
used it for a long time.
I
and
mean,
it's-
but like, would you be a Jedi or a smuggler or?
I already
Yeah.
am both of those things, so I guess those things, yeah. Both of them.
I've always that little the green guy that goes like wah wah zuli wah. That guy.
Being really
He's
offensive
got,
to
like-
Yoda
he's got,
right
like-
now, but yeah, go ahead.
No, it's not Yoda. It's not Yoda.
No, you're being really offensive
He's
to
got
him, yeah.
he's got like a
No, I know what
sucker
you're talking about. I know
mouth.
what you're talking about.
You know what I mean? He's got the little
Greedo?
Greedo. I'd want to be a Greedo for sure.
Doesn't he die like 10 seconds in?
That's
Dude,
okay.
you're
He
thinking of
lives
Oscar
fast,
the
but he
Grouch.
lives.
You're thinking of
Listen,
Oscar the
at the end,
Grouch.
at the end, he comes out on top.
No, he
If you
doesn't.
ask
He
me.
died.
Well, a little price to pay
He's coming
for
out, and he's coming out on top.
being Greedo.
This guy
Yeah.
is. Hopefully one of these teams will do that. Someone's Someone says Han shot first there in the chat. Thank you guys for that. Chat clearly thinks that one of these teams will win, and I can't see the predictions anymore, so I don't know who that is. But I'm
like,
sure
what's the best Star Wars movie?
it hasn't come out yet.
I mean, I like-
Oh,
That's my prediction.
great. I'll bet on that.
Yeah. Phew. Thank God I didn't seem too stupid there.
That was pretty smart.
We're loading in now. All right, now we're loading into the game. Now we've got a game, boys. Let's get ready to cast this one. Let's do such a good job casting that people don't even know we're low budget. All right. Skin
Okay,
game.
I mean,
Skin game's easy. Talk to me about it. This is your expertise here.
all right. Just looking at the teams. Honestly, I love Urgot. Urgot is like a crab person right now. That's pretty close to shrimp, and I love shrimp.
Sure.
Also, the Hecarim. I just recently played my first Hecarim game. It was an ARAM, granted. But harder champion than I thought would be. I thought it was just be run around and.
You have a
just
lot of
goof on
limbs.
kids. Yeah, you do have a lot of. That's a lot to keep track of. So that gains my respect.
Okay, so you like that skin to the arcade skin that he's rocking.
Yeah, it's pretty cute.
Let's see what happens. I want to see early fighting. Who do you think's going to gain the early game advantage here, Mr. Andy?
Just looking at the comps right now, are we talking level 1 or like level 2?
Talking level
6?
1 to level 4.
I mean, if you want to take a look at the pure level 1 CC, I have to give it to the red team, whatever they were.
Degenerates. Degenerates are red.
Yeah, the Degenerates. They have a Nautilus, a Ari, and of course a Mary. You can just click on them.
Mhm.
That's a whole other thing. I think that's sort of stupid. That is just such an easy CC chain. Plus with a Hecarim, if you want to start E, I doubt it, but he might start E. I mean, I think that they dominate level 1. The only thing that, what's it called, the Furious have is they have the Leona, who, by the way, can't even dash level 1. She can only walk up and stun, and then
Traditionally,
that's like it, with a hook shot.
Yeah, so it is going to be a 5-point from each of these teams, which I'm going to be honest with everybody that's watching along at home. Not what I wanted to see. I wanted to see 10 kills immediately. So, Mr. D, you haven't really been casting too long with us. In fact, this might be your first cast with us, but we play a game. It takes 2 to tango. And chat has just required that I drink for a very long time for the king crab. So this is going to be on you for the next 30 seconds.
What?
Yeah, it's a rule. It's law. Your granddaddy has commanded that I drink for a very long time, so I'm going to do that.
How does
Honestly,
this
pretty
involve me?
respectable. Well, honestly, give me the real lowdown. Did you bet? Did you bet on this game?
Me? Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not revealing
Man.
what I did.
Smart. Okay, cool. We'll leave it at that. That's totally fine. I think
Oh,
we
that's
both
cold.
know.
That is cold.
Listen, that way I can declare victory no matter who wins the game. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
I like that. So you always come out on top.
I never lose. Best in the West.
Best in the West. Damn. Mr. More Professor Indy right here, dude. Looks like Hecarim and Trundle are both going to full clear their bot side jungle here and move up to fight around that top side scuttle in about 2 minutes. All the lanes feeling pretty relaxed, though. No one's really going to go aggressive here.
I think we just hit 100 viewers on the stream.
That's amazing.
Ooh!
That's very
love
low
it.
budget of us.
Everybody follow and go to our Discord,
Actually,
please.
we don't have enough space in our budget for 3 digits. If one person could just
Oh.
hop off, that would be great.
Yeah, it's actually 5 cents a digit, so...
Right,
Yes,
if you
really
could just
gotta
hop,
get
that
out
it would
of
save us so much
Right.
money. We'd really appreciate it, guys. Peter Grimsley, thank you so much for the follow. Everyone else who subbed, thank you so much. Really appreciate it, you guys. No real early game leads here for either team, although I think that we're going to see
Another
a big
frag.
mid-jungle fight around that top scuttle when it does come time. Hecarim actually is looking towards those Raptors right now, trying to spot out that Hecarim. I'm sure the camera will flash up. He's going for the mid lane. He's going to use his ghost to try to gank. It looks like Casio is going to get hit. Does dodge the charm. He's doing a really good job displaying damage right now. Back another tower shot is giving him hit Faye. Oh my god, she might go down. She doesn't. It looks like now Trundle is here to just scare away the opponents. He takes that cue from Ari. And it's a handshake and a walk away. No first blood yet.
Oh, that's what you want. That's what you want early. That's a lot of action right there. Very nice.
Now we have... They didn't even get the flash out of the Cassiopeia from that Hecarim build.
They got Ari's flash. They got Ari's flash, Ari's ignite. They weren't able to get the kill. Wuchi, or how do I say this name? Mr. Indy, help me out. How do I say Cassiopeia's name? You gotta teach me.
J-Dubs.
Yeah, I take Spanish, so I should be able to figure this out. Dihan P, I believe is the pronunciation.
Okay, so J-Dubs. I like it. Oh, bot lane, it looks like they are actually going to full engage. Here comes the heal. They're going to grab her, though, and it's going to be first blood over to Samir, the captain of Degenerates, picking up the first kill. Looking for the second kill. We'll be able to get it with a more auto attack. It does. That's a double kill over the Samira. That's a very important lead here for Degenerates Esports. J-Dubs did a great job maneuvering around that gank, though, in the mid lane early on. Didn't even blow flash like you talked about. That's pretty important when it comes to Trundle's ability to regank pre-level 6.
Yeah, against Hecarim as well. No flash as a catch and then low mage, you're basically dead.
Yeah.
Trading
Both
mid.
teams
He's
bloodthirsty,
burning him
yeah.
down. It's one more, and he
That's
does.
it.
J-Dubs is nuts. Who is
Yeah.
this man? He's here.
Gotta
This
love
is
it.
going to be a J-Dubs versus Vix's kind of game, and here comes Trundle into the top lane, trying to do as much damage as he can onto this Urgot. He's fighting back. He's looking for the kill on Camille. I don't think he's going to be able to get it. He will go down in the end to somebody, but who will it be? It's Camille.
I like that. Kill donated to the Sailor. Well done.
Smart.
I think Trundle had the opportunity to take that, and I think that if
Yeah,
I was in
I
solo
would've
queue
taken that.
and I was Trundle,
Yeah,
I would have
I
taken it. Be
You can't
honest.
trust your teammates, you can only trust yourself.
Right. Oh, constructed fives I might have given over because comms might have been like really upset with me if I didn't, but in solo queue, no, I'm taking it.
No, I take it, especially if I'm doing. I gotta let
Even
them
more
do that.
so if
I'm
you're in
doing it.
fives.
That's right. They do what I tell them to do, or we lose.
That's a very
That's the problem.
comforting leader. So glad
Yeah.
to have you in the
Yeah, I'm never wrong.
Never wrong. You made his
I've
prediction.
heard that.
We're
I've
gonna
heard
see if
that.
your prediction is right. I'm excited for it now since we know that you're never wrong. Here comes Hecarim into the bot lane though. Doesn't have Ghost available. Just using that E is gonna knock on Leona yet again. If a hook does land, they can pull her back out of tower range. It is not going to though. Really good trading back onto them as the teleport came in from Camille and she is down here. They're looking for Hecarim. They know he has no sums. They're able to pick him up. A really good play here from Camille. Now they're looking for more. Can Leona do anything? She already CC'd some, but a nice charm from Ari's gonna block that engage from Trundle. It doesn't matter. He's gonna bite Burn and Hell and send him right down to there.
Yeah, smart. Or you get a run from that. Woo!
Yeah, Ari is going to back up. 4-2 goes the score as Furious 5 show how furious they can be. They're going to look for Dragon next.
Smart.
I mean, the whole reason they were able to pull it off is because that original gank onto that Urgot a couple of minutes ago where they were able to make him TP back.
Yeah, they force him to
Yeah.
TP. Now they know they have that teleport advantage. They use it in a very smart way. You know, they see Hecarim coming down. They're talking about it in comms. Camille comes down. And they already know that Hecarim doesn't have that ghost yet because they had pinged it out earlier. So really good usage of abusing summoner spells that are down.
I also think that it's at some point the fault of the Degenerates. I think that Hecarim gank, when he decided to target the Leona who still had the flash up, I don't necessarily agree with that, especially with Nautilus on the team. Knock that Kaisa back. She has no flash.
I think if I'm Hecarim, I'll play devil's advocate. I think that if I'm Hecarim, I'm expecting Nautilus to be quicker and to be able to help me get that and lock them down.
So it's a support difference is what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm saying, you know what, this whole game's on Nautilus. No, I'm saying that, you know, like, Hecarim's mind, I think, might have been in a different place than his bot lanes. I think there might have been a miscommunication.
Yeah, it's very possible. This is early in the season, right? So
Yeah, this is the first week. So, you know, matches 1 and 2 will be today for them. They're going to play twice, once on red, once on blue. So we'll see how they do work out. Now, they still have a pretty good CS lead down in the bottom. Samira does have some CS over this Kaisa, has 2 kills. It is looking pretty handily in this gold, 900 gold above his counterpart. So that losing Hecarim down there actually didn't affect that lane too much.
Yeah, especially because the Kaisa didn't even get the kill. If you notice. They went to Camille, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but I would have liked to see it go into the marksman.
I thought, well, you would have liked to see it go to the Trundle.
Yeah. Well, I mean, anyone who can take the kill, and then maybe you flash auto attack, and then you say, nice try, with a thumbs up emote.
Nice, yeah. You flash it at him.
Or maybe you even say thank you, even when they question mark ping you, as if you're ignoring the ping in general. I mean, I've actually already predicted who's going to win this.
Right,
Like,
yeah,
the
no,
whole-
you can't take it
not
back.
this, the whole championship.
Oh, you went for the whole championship of this game. As Urgot is looking for a little bit of a championship of his own, and they're trying to get him a nice kill. The ultimate does not connect to a huge
great
pillar.
gosh.
The trophy right there. Show him he's a little slugger. Won't be able to to catch him right there. Cassiopeia is now roamed up. Ari's on the back side of them, but I don't think wants to go aggressive. Could be a little dance there in the river. I think there is going to be a dance. I think they're trying to waltz. Now you're trying to tango. Take 2 to tango if you're playing at home. A nice flash away from Ari's going to keep her safe. Camille trying to go over the wall. Uh-oh. Here comes Hecarim. He's going to go and he's going to slap it, but look how much damage they do to him. He's evaporated off of the map. A really nice flip there from Urgod's going to trade 1 for 1. He's doing as much damage as he can, but he's going to get burned down by Cass, playing absolutely out of their mind. Oh my god! She just flashed that charm!
way.
She is nuts. This is my MVP of the year already. J-Dubs. J-Dubs is God.
J-Dubs.
J-Dubs.
He's doing a great job, honestly. This has been fantastic plays already. I'm loving this gameplay right now. Now, quick question. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, quick question. Camille, does she have 1 toe?
Yeah, she's got... Yeah, no, she's got real... she's got, almost katanas for legs.
I mean,
Yeah.
wait, let's just take a look and look at the leg count on the teams here. Just looking at the Warriors, where we got 2 legs, and then we have no legs on the Cassiopeia, then you have 2 on Trundle and 2 on those. But then look at the other team. Oh my god, you got Urgot, Hecarim. That's more legs than the entire team, so if you just look at the leg difference.
I think the most impressive thing is that I think that Cassiopeia is going to do a lot of the heavy lifting without any legs, which is hard to do. I mean, I'm putting the carry pants on her, and she doesn't have anywhere to put them. So, no, I'm ready for this game.
Wait, no, is Cassiopeia technically must have 1 leg. You know
Well,
what I mean?
I don't think
Does that make
snakes
sense?
I don't
legs,
think
I
so,
think-
no, because let's take it back to Little Mermaid while
Snakes
this game
are all
slows
legs.
down. She didn't have any legs. She had a little fin, and Cassiopeia's like
Yeah, right.
a land version of that. So
Okay.
Yeah, does a shark have a leg? For example?
yeah, Urgot's gonna take a tower shot right here. They're looking to engage in the top lane. Camille trying to say, I don't care, you have more legs. I've got a guy with legs. He's coming in right now, and that's Trundle. They're gonna bite him all the way down. And look at this Trundle, doing something Mr. Indie would never do, donating another kill to their top laner.
I don't like that very much. I would have flash cube, blue smite, to take that kill away, and I just don't like this mindset of giving kills to your team.
It's too wholesome almost in a way, like you feel sick watching it.
I
That's not
feel
what the
like
game's about.
he has put his faith in the wrong people, in my opinion, to carry this game. And if you don't take the kills yourself, you're just gonna lose. That's
That's just a
how people do
fact. That's a fact, Mr. Indy. Mr. Indy knows that that's true. Hecarim's doing a good job countering the Trundle jungle right now. He's taking the Raptors away, so he does know that Trundle was up top. He's going to just try to clear out that bot side jungle. They're going to try to get some Dragon Vision as well right now. But bot lane's pushed up. Mid lane's pushed in. They can't really get too much vision. A nice ultimate here from Leona is not going to connect. A nice ultimate from Ari is going to be able to dodge it. And Trundle and Cassio are just going to hard push this lane right now. They do have Herald available. And they're going to drop it right there into the tower. This means they will take it because they'll be able to burst that down to the 2,000 life. And now they know it will insta-take, so they're going to walk away. We're going to see them.
You were talking about the bot lane CS difference before, right?
Yeah,
Look at the mid lane CS difference.
it's
now.
real.
Yeah.
It's real. I mean, this Cassio is already going down in my book to somebody I don't want to fight in the mid lane. A nice kill there from Camille, knowing that they're ahead, can just go in onto that Urgot, is a level above, and it picks up that kill for themselves. So good play there from Camille. They also knew where Hecarim was, knew Hecarim couldn't get to the top lane, so knew it was a 1v1.
You know, I'm a little worried about the comp of the Degenerates right here. The Hecarim needs to get ahead, especially with a Trundle on their team who's going to stab your health away. Now he's 0-2. He doesn't have any items. No
Right.
gold. I don't know if he'll be able to do much in these team fights.
I think that at this point in the game, 2 dragons, 4K gold lead, Furious 5, this is their game now to lose. If they don't win this game, that's on them. They've created this awesome lead for themselves here in this early mid-ish game where we're starting to dive into that 13-minute area almost. So this is their game. They need to continue to pressure. They cannot let Samira and Ari and everybody get back into this, really, and start to collect some items, because then we can see them make some outplays. I think once Nautilus starts roaming around, that's when Cassio is actually going to have to be worried, and I would like to see Nautilus start roaming pretty soon, because that point-and-click ultimate, you can't flash it. So
Well, I mean, you can.
it's not gonna. It's gonna follow you, baby. It's gonna.
Trust me when I say this, I've seen people try. It's horrible. You don't want to know the things I've seen. Did you know that back when I first started playing League of Legends, before I was in plat like I am and now, I started back in Season 8, Bronze 5, 0 LP at one point in my League of Legends rank career.
That's.
Like, I physically could not get any lower.
I want you to know, that's about as rare as Challenger in that
That's
time
right.
period.
I was the Iron 4 before Iron 4 was the thing.
Yeah.
Okay? And now, look at me. Now, I like to tell my friends who are like hard stuff silver because they're garbage that now I'm in plat and they kiss my feet.
Yeah, well,
As
you always tell
someone
them,
who
if you're
played.
playing Trundle, take all the goddamn kills. Don't let your
I mean,
top laner
playing
have
Ancient,
them.
how do you think
Yeah.
I got from Bronze 5 to plat in like 2
You took
seasons?
every
I took
single
the
kill, and you
That's
put
right.
it all
I
on
was
your
playing
shoulders.
Alistar support. I took the kills from the AD carry. They may have gotten,
Yeah.
they may have disconnected a couple games, but in the end, it worked out.
Yeah, they did eventually lead to your advantage here. Let's see if
Joke's on
Furious 5 are going to push their advantage, because it looks like they're going to tower dive right here. And the first one to take the tower aggro is this Camille. A nice use of the ultimate to trade aggro. That is such an important way to dive with Camille. Guys, if you don't know this at home, going into your ultimate basically makes you untargetable as Camille, so the aggro will switch if any amount of damage is being dealt to anyone else, or if you're under the tower range. So really good knowledge of that, knowing that, okay, if I don't do this, Urgot doesn't have ult up, but if you don't know that, Urgot could just ult me, pull me in if I take another tower shot or two. So really solid play from them. Clearly a coordinated dive, the way they had 3 people come up. And here comes an ultimate down onto Big Sis in the bot lane, a flash forward as well as the exhaust. They do have Cassio down here now, which is teleported down to be as useful as possible. Burn in Hell might just do his own name yet again, as J-Dubs is 4-0 with 143 CS.
J-Dubs, the legend. Really proving himself. This is proving grounds right now, you know? Like, first games, you know? This is great to see.
Big Sis going absolutely nuts, but not able to pull off a kill right there. Kaisa actually is able to pick up their first of the game. Cloud Turtle, which is a name I really like. Made me have to stop eating spaghetti, which I've been doing when I'm not talking.
Right.
In the middle, like I hadn't swallowed all the spaghetti yet. And wow, I didn't enjoy that they got that kill because I had to speak up. Urgot now in a lot of trouble, trying to run away for his life, trading as much as he can, but he's going to have to burn that flash in the end. Has a little bit of a slow and nice flash forward again from Camille. He's going to pick up that kill. 7-1 and 1 is her score. She is huge.
Yeah, the gap just keeps getting bigger and bigger. You know, it's getting more and more dangerous.
I would like to applaud Urgot for his mental. I'm surprised he's still in this game. He hasn't just left, said GG, go next, FF15, you know, disconnect from the game right there. I mean, he has died so many times now. And he is so far behind at this point that he might as well just start building a Warmog's armor followed by another Warmog's armor. I just don't see what he can do with these fights, especially against Camille.
I mean, he's going to have a hard time getting back into this game. So is all of the side of Degenerates. I mean, they really need to find a way to start mitigating these losses. But I do think you're right. The fact that they're still pushing and trying to make plays and trying to do things proactively, they're getting caught out right now, and I think this will be the end of the life of Burn in Hell. He does have his ultimate available. He's going to drop it just to try to save himself, but it won't matter. J-Dubs picks it up. But you always got to commend the team that is losing, but still trying and not giving up, because that shows a good team. That shows fighting spirit. It shows that you're here to play. It doesn't matter if you lose game 1. You're going to come back game 2 swinging, and you're going to have even gold to start it.
Absolutely.
I agree with that, definitely.
Absolutely.
Jay,
Yeah, I mean, and we've seen some crazy games in the LPLCS.
Yeah.
There's been some crazy comebacks.
Oh, okay, here we go now.
Akram now here in the bot lane against
See?
this J-Dubs. May actually get caught up. A nice ultimate there is going to do a lot of damage. Can he escape with his life? He cannot. 1,000 gold
1,000.
over to
Oh, that's
Ari.
big.
That's huge.
That's pretty big.
Notice the Strundle went Frostfire Gauntlet. I just realized that. I do not know about that item choice. I've heard it's very weak.
It's fine with his team. Here's why I like that. It makes you bigger, and I think one of the most fun things to do in League of Legends is try to get as tall as possible. And I really appreciate it. You actually going to drop this Rift here on the mid lane. They're going to trade this Dragon for a lot of ground. I'm expecting them to be able to take possibly even in him if they can get 2 more charges off. They're going to get at least 1 and try to burn this down as fast as they can. They've got 3 people right here. If it doesn't take 3 tower shots, it will live, and it does. It's going to get a full charge off onto that inhibitor, but I think Ari will be able to clear it up before it takes it. They're going to back up. They don't even want to get that inhibitor. So, Mr. AD, sometimes we talk about on stream how taking an inhibitor before 20 minutes can actually be a problem. But I think it can be, because you're giving them extra gold, extra XP, that let them get back into the game a little bit. And there's no neutral objective to take on the map.
But
But-
I'm gonna go back to my solo queue mindset. You
Yeah, I think you
destroy
should.
their world by
Yeah.
taking their inhibitor. Once you take the inhibitor before 20 minutes, I guarantee you the top laner or the jungler, they're already gone. They're out of the game. They're blaming someone else, typically the bot lane or the support. And that's what I would have done if I was in the Furious' case. I would have tried to destroy them mentally, shock and awe. Make it
Shock
so that
and
no matter
awe.
what they do, they can't get back into the game. And I think that's what they should have done.
I think you're really bold. I think that we're gonna commend you on your bravery here. You've called the entire season already. You know who's gonna win it. You hold true to what you say. You say take it all. Don't let anybody have anything. You win the game, not your team. It's you. There's an I in win. You better do it. So
I mean, yeah, you know the saying, there is no I in team, but there is a me. That's what I'm saying.
yeah, there is one.
It checks out. It definitely checks
Bixis is pretty far ahead in the CS. Him and Ari with that 1,000 gold shutdown actually can they can pop people now. And there's no true tank other than this Trundle and this Leona here. And Leona's not that far ahead. They went for the Locket. I think that Locket's actually a super great choice. A lot of people I think are underrating it right now. I think that it's so important to give passive stats to your other players when you're playing a supportive role. Obviously not if you're Mr. Indy who's taking the kills as Alistar, but it is really important, especially in fives, because you can communicate, okay, hey, you know, you have 10 extra MR and armor, you can live through this burst right here, and now we can turn the fight.
I mean, I don't know if this is true, but I've seen a lot of pro supports these days. They've been building Dead Man's Plate first on Leona and Nautilus. Maybe not a lot. I saw Afro Mode do it the other night.
Yeah, it's for
I
that
think
gap
he likes
closing.
the movement speed, that's right.
Yeah.
And people, I think that mythic items, especially on the support class, people are realizing that like maybe it's not necessarily the best thing to go first because of the limited gold in the support class. People have been going Zeke first. I've seen that a little bit in pros. People have been going Dead Man's, like I said, and they're just not moving toward the Locket. I mean, I was surprised in this whole item thing when they didn't make Knight's Vow a mythic item. I thought that was definitely going to be a mythic item, you know?
Sure, and make it just a little bit stronger and everything, like you get more and more per item. And now, getting more and more kills onto this Urgot is what they're going to do. Another kill picked up by this Trundle. That's his second of the
That's
game.
what I like to see.
That's what he likes to see. That Trundle taking it finally. They're really just, you know, invading this jungle. They know they have so much map pressure, and they're really pushing their lead. And their dominance is showing. They've got a 7k gold lead, and they're going to start up this Baron, and there's no vision on it. Now, you only see Camille on the map. You should know that they're doing something sneaky. They're either resetting or they're doing Baron here. Let's see if they do check it. It looks like they have absolutely no idea, because Hecarim is walking away from the top side. In a matter of seconds, Baron will go down just after 20 minutes into the game. They have it. They're looking pretty healthy. And now let's see how they split up their team, because they have both teleports up.
Wow. Just wow. Baron just like that. It's fun to see.
Yeah.
It really is.
I think the macro choices out of Furious 5 have been super stellar. As a man who not only appreciates the micro play of J-Dubs, but the macro play of this Trundle, knowing like, hey, they're going to get this dragon, we see them on it, there's no way we can compete with it, but I just got Herald, we're going to drop it mid and take all these towers. So I think that they're doing a really good job communicating, and even if the call would grant a disadvantage, they all push for it, and by all going the same direction, it gives them an advantage. And I think that's something that I'm going to commend especially because it's early on in the season and they're already doing that.
Yeah. Absolutely. They're really thinking things out. That's just great. Honestly, I feel like in this league you don't see that as much.
Yeah.
I feel like there can be a lot of macro mishaps.
Yeah.
Trundle just gave a Scuttle Crab to the AD carry. What does he do?
I feel like there's going to be a lot of criticism on a Trundle game 1 and game 2. Guys, I did lag for a second. If you lag on the stream, that's me. That's my computer lagging.
He's 30 CS down against his Hecarim.
It's because he's giving all the CS to his people, man.
You can't do that. They're not going to carry you.
To be fair, I think you could funnel this cast. I think of, oh, this is such a good play. Oh, this is such a good play. Oh, the Miasma doesn't actually connect, but the Leona ult does. They're looking for all the kills that they can. A nice engage here from Kaisa is going to do a lot of damage, and yo, J-Dubs is going to pick it up onto the Hecarim. Now they're looking for more. A good engage here from Camille is going to ult everybody in place. Vixis is trapped. He is going down. This is going to be a full body. Oh, what a use of the broken stopwatch right there. Such a good play. Can Camille finish off? They can. That's a 4 for 0 down here by the Dragon. And they're not even near the Dragon. They're going to push with their Baron.
Look at the shutdown gold now. I mean, everyone has to shut down except for the support. Oh my god. I mean, in a way, I guess if they get all the shutdowns, they have a chance, maybe. But
Yeah.
after seeing that play, I don't even know. That was a pretty decisive victory.
Yeah, this is gonna be pretty tough.
Abs-
I mean, what do you do in this situation?
Yeah.
You know,
I think
Turtle,
a
turtle,
couple
turtle.
things are going on, and Mr. Indy, I'm going to get your advice since you know so much about jungle and taking kills. But if you're on the side of Degenerates, who played early game decently, like they got the first 2 kills onto the Samira, they were playing really well in the bot lane. I think that might be their strength and maybe the lane they want to play around. But how are you changing draft going forward? Are you banning this Cassio out? Are you focusing more on this mid lane? Or are you just going to let her have what she have and play a safe farmer?
I mean, I think what the problem is now is that with this whole thing, I would just start banning. I mean, do you want my honest opinion right now?
Yes, yeah, no, I want your dishonest opinion.
I would start banning.
Lie.
I would ban the Urgot from the top laner. 1-7. It's.
Hey, here's the thing. He got ganked a lot, and that's the Trundle thing. The Trundle, unlike you would have, actually gave those kills over to the Camille, right?
I mean, he may have done that, and that's why this game isn't a 20k gold lead, it's only a 10k gold lead because of what that Trundle
Because
did.
of what he did. Because Trundle doesn't have all the gold, which is ridiculous.
I'm not even saying only for Trundle. I think you've made the misclarification. I say just take the kills no matter what you're playing against any teammate, no matter what role you are, even if it's support. Like Trundle's a support.
You're such a wonderful vibes partner.
Like, that's just what happens. We're going to see if they do the same thing next game. I'd like to see them maybe Ivern with Ignite.
Well, here's what I would say. I would say it looks like the 2 solo laners are solid on the side of Furious 5, but their bot lane was susceptible and showed a little bit of weakness, and maybe enough to exploit to play around that side of the map. Maybe try to force those dragons, give up the heralds. Know that those solo lanes need to really work on playing something that can clear waves effectively, and then try to play around that bot lane, or play a global comp that is all going to come bottom. And the fight is going to happen right here. Looks like a lot of things are coming down. That's 2 ultimates already from the side of the Degenerates. But Hecarim is instantly deleting a huge ultimate from Cassio. But here's the ultimate for Samir. She's not fed enough to delete them all. It's 4 for 0 right now. They're looking for the 5th. Are they going to be able to catch it? Leona's taking those tower shots. Does get charmed and almost goes down in the end to it, but doesn't. They're going to push into the mid lane. And I think game 1 of this 2 block is going to go over to the Furious 5. What a stellar performance from them. Such good communication from these guys in game 1.
Yeah.
As predicted.
As predicted. Yeah, guys, we will distribute all the channel points for everyone who did make their predictions. Obviously, there will be a bet again for game 2 in a matter of moments. Both teams have a little bit of time to reset, to gather themselves, and very honestly, I think that's always more important for the team that just won. Because you're coming off of this huge high, and if you play the same champion that you just had 20k more gold on than the other team, you kind of get a little overzealous early. So both teams need it. The team that lost needs to reset mentally. They need to talk about what they want to change. There's highlights from the side of Degenerates, but there's definitely stuff they need to work on. And I think communication, even though you can't hear it, you can't really understand what's happening. I think that if they improve that a little bit, they can start really performing.
In all seriousness, you were talking about what to ban. Normally, if there's one Fed member, right, one Fed solo lane that you can ban away, but in this situation, there are 2 huge solo lanes. And I don't know if you can use 2 bans on that, because that just may open up the champions that you originally wanted to ban in the first place.
Right.
But I think that you definitely have to get rid of either the Camille or the Cassiopeia, and that's unfortunately a problem. Like I said before, I thought that the Degenerates had a better comp early game, and and they had some moments, right, with that 2v2 kill bot lane.
Right, they did get a lead early game. It just wasn't for long enough. And
I did not agree with that Hecarim going top every 5 seconds to try to get that kill. And I would just focus that bot lane. They had no summoners, and he unfortunately just failed to do that.
Okay. No, I understand that. Yeah, I definitely feel that too after watching it. And thinking about, okay, if I'm in the shoes of Degenerates, what am I doing? What am I changing to make this a closer game 2, if not our game 2? So, chat, let me know what you guys think. I'm going to pay you out right now. ZZ Chocobo, do you have your scuba equipment?
Yeah, I got a scoop.
Okay, so, Mr. Indy, every once in a while, ZZ Chocobo's a big scuba diver. He's going to go scuba diving for a little bit. Me and you, we're just going to be quiet. I'm going to go tango once I give everybody the payout, and then we can start this up. I do need the link for the pro draft, so if any of the teams that are playing are listening to me, that would be wonderful if you could provide it. Wow, you
Oh,
have
yeah.
such good scuba equipment. It's kind of nuts.
The gear's checking out.
The gears are checking out. Dude, good point.
Yep.
You know, the bets are pretty even. Looking at this,
Something doesn't
Furious
sound
is
right
5
about
gets the
this.
payout. The bets are pretty even.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, obviously I predicted the right team.
Let's freaking go. Give me those points.
Give me those points. So
Easy.
aggressive with it, too. Give me those goddamn points. Come on.
Give me my points, nerd.
We're going to start a new prediction, and you know what? It's the same thing, except I'm going to switch the sides that they're on because I'm going to match them.
Always vote left.
Oh, you think it's going to be a 1-1? Oh, is that your strategy?
I'm down for the underdog this time.
Okay.
Honestly, I believe. I feel like if you ban
They
out,
woke up a little bit with that
just
one.
like you're talking. Yeah,
I like it.
absolutely.
I'm into it.
Prediction started.
Okay,
Get
yeah.
hype, everybody. Put your points down. I want them. Oh, I can't wait to do so many highlighted chats. Speaking of highlighted chats, I'm gonna highlight this chat and say that everybody that's watching right now should definitely scroll down, join our Discord, please. We would
Yeah, we're
really
very
love to
close.
have you. Yeah, absolutely. And it's a bunch of fun doing this, and it's only possible because of you guys. And we want to keep the community growing. We all just want to have a fun time. It's
Yeah, there's no
completely
mean
free.
people at all.
You could make your team if you would like. I believe
I
it's
thought we were
closed
full.
now. Yeah,
Teams are getting
it's
waitlisted, though.
closed
So
now.
we actually had a team drop
Yeah.
out today, and we had a waitlisted team instantly join in week 1. And other teams will drop out, and we will have people kind of replace those as they come. You could also come in as someone who doesn't already have a team and be a free agent and be like, hey, if you guys need a sub or if you guys need a new top laner,
Another
pick me up.
friend.
Let me play with you guys. I'm a
Yeah.
fun, competitive guy.
How
I'm
does
a guy
new
who
team
likes.
entering-
What are you saying, Mr.
Sorry,
Andy?
you go.
No, go ahead.
I was asking how a new team entering, how does the standings work? Do they get like a free win or a free loss? Or...
Oh, interesting. So if a team drops out later on, what happens? Normally, what will happen is they will have to play the teams that have already been played by the team that has dropped out. But the team that has already played those games, because they have to play an extra game, will not be penalized if they lose those 2 games. I know it's a little confusing, but the reason it works like this is because
Another
if you
friend.
play 3 teams and all 3 of those teams drop out, and you beat all 3 of those teams 2-0, it would be so unfair to make you play 3 more games, so 6 total games, and have you lose any of those games. You lose all of that dedication that you put in early into the season. However, it would also be unfair to not allow that new team to get those wins. So they do get those wins. So the standings can look a little skewed. Normally, though, the dropouts happen in the first 2 weeks. We already saw one. I think we could see more soon. And speaking of things that are dropped out or not able to be around, Pike and Seraphine are going to be the ones taken away here.
Same
Yeah.
one last game, I believe, right?
Yeah. They definitely did get banned out last game. Is there a scary Pike player on the Degenerates?
I got to assume that
Yeah, right?
no, Furious 5 are the ones that
Oh, Furious 5.
yeah,
excuse me.
probably have the Pike player. And so we did see him play a hook champion.
Yeah, exactly. That
That
it's
Leon is
honestly a
basically a
slight-
hook champion, so I mean, yeah, I get that whole taking away the Pike.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
Silas again taken away. I think that must be a mid laner ban. Let's see if they do take away that Cassio. I would expect them to take that or the Camille away here. We did see Piker and Silas, unless they have answers or they're gonna first pick it because they are blue side, right? So they could leave one up and first pick the other one. It is still going to be the Diana. It looks like those two they're more worried about in the mid lane, at least coming out from this app. J-Dubs is the hunk. I don't say this about a lot of people. In fact, I rarely use the word hunk.
Yeah, really.
Almost
I
never.
don't think this is my first time hearing that.
Yeah,
honestly.
I've never said it at all. But J-Dubs is a goddamn hunk.
Yeah, definitely. If there was a hunk in this game, it's definitely J-Dubs.
Yeah.
I believe they just banned all 6 of these champions who weren't even showed up last game.
Okay, so I actually like this a lot. What they're doing right here. I love the Shen first pick. I think Shen is a pretty safe matchup into a lot of people.
Another
And it
friend.
also it complements what we saw that was good from Degenerate's last game, and that was showing up in the bot lane. You know, this bot lane got themselves a lead. They had a CS lead the entire game, despite eventually being beaten down by 4 or 5 people coming bottom. So this bot lane is something you can definitely play around. And I think Shen providing the anti-dive and being something that can facilitate a carry is so important to pick up early for them. So I think that that's a really good pick. The Leona Kai'Sa coming right back from Furious 5.
Wow. Wow. I mean, smart choice. Don't change it if it works, I
It may
guess.
have been the smart choice, but was it the right meme choice?
Oh, I don't think so.
I don't think it was.
Honestly.
We're talking about meme choices. I don't think it was the right one at all.
I want all Teemo.
You want all Teemo? 10 Teemo.
Everyone
10 Teemos.
Teemo all the time.
It's hide and seek. That's the game.
Please, please, please. Yeah.
Well, why even do that? I would pick, AP Talon, AP Garen,
Yeah.
things like that. Known for prowess in Korea. That's what they do these days, actually, as a matter of fact.
And just try to
I
beat
would
him
like
with
to see things like that. Yeah, like I said, I've predicted the meta many times, and I think that going into this new season, I would be surprised, or humbly surprised, if we do not start seeing AP Darius and AP Garen.
Yeah. Yeah. I
We
mean,
have great AP scaling.
now I will toss this out and say
that.
this is commercial league. I think we would see that either in CEO, which is the top league, or economy, which is the lower league. And we actually saw Tryndamere lock in first pick yesterday. We almost saw Vayne Jungle. We were about 13 seconds away from seeing Vayne Jungle. It's pretty wild. So, I mean, we're going to see some weird picks. I'm not sure we're going to see in this. We see... I don't know how strong Varus is right now. I feel like he's a little bit on the weaker side. If you're a super Varus player, maybe you just feel super comfy, and that's important in a league like this. Hecarim again picked up from Degenerates. Let's see if he can change his play a little bit, who he's playing around, if he's focusing that bottom. But Pantheon for Furious 5, I think is a really strong pickup, and it's a good flex.
Right.
The lethality or non-hit Varus, what do you think?
Because they won last game the way they did, I would say lethality.
Lethality Varus.
Yeah. I think you're saying, hey, if I get a lead, I can really push it.
They
If-
need AP though.
If
Both
they
teams
don't,
need AP.
if they don't get ahead, well, they still have people to pick. If they don't get ahead on Degenerates in the bot lane like they did last game, he might have to switch his build. Even if he takes different runes for it, he might have to switch his build and go on hit. But
Yeah, I mean, there's the Casio pick right there that you were looking at, or
Yeah,
ban. I mean,
good ban. I think we both think that's a great ban.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I don't think it's worth to ban the Camille because Pantheon could be in the top. He also could technically be in the mid. He could be in the jungle. It's such a good flex. But I think taking away Cassio is just important. Even if Pantheon's middle, you don't have to play against it. You might feel a little bit safer here. They're going to pick their next one right here. I would assume they give that counter pick to the mid laner because J-Dubs is crunk. They're typing in the word Riven right now. That's the ban. The ban is Riven. Okay. Ban is Riven.
Cool.
They're going to pick that Trundle up again. And, Mr. Indy, tell me what you want to see out of this Trundle this game.
well, last game I think that it was humiliating, as a matter of fact, for all the 7 people who made Trundle, watching that Trundle just give the kills over to the top laner. I mean, that was just every single time he gave a kill over, I could feel a little bit of my soul dying inside, giving the kills to your team, making them. I mean, it was a win, but it wasn't a win in heart. I mean, I bet that Trundle, when he was winning that game, he was
Sobbing.
like, it doesn't even, it almost doesn't count as a win. You know what I mean? Like, just watching that happen.
Wow, Peter Grimsley types in Morgana pick, please, and they do lock it in.
Oh.
So the man calling his shots. He's going for Furious 5 win, but he did say Morgana pick, please. So they took it, and now they have a little bit of catch and a really good siege technically with what they have. I'm worried because Leona and Pantheon are so good at negating sieges, but Lux, Morgana, Varus, you can really poke somebody down. If you catch somebody with a binding or a Varus ult, you can end them.
I like it. Yeah.
Anivia picked up in the mid lane.
Nivea, great pick into Hecarim, especially if he goes Ghosts.
Yeah, got the wall. You've got your slowing and stun abilities. It's super strong, and they've got a lot of actually structure creation with the Trundle Pillar as well. So a little bit of a different comp, similar bot lane, same jungle from Furious 5, but they've changed up their solo lanes, and I think that's really smart to do because I think their solo lanes did such a good job last game. You don't want to give them the same champs, and I talked about like the danger of crushing your opponent and getting so far ahead and then coming in with the same champ at level 1 with the same gold and you get way overzealous and you put your own foot in your mouth, and that becomes a problem. So giving them new champions is really good. They're also playing against new champions themselves. A lot of new picks coming out here on the side of Degenerates. I like that they've changed up their draft. I like that they probably talked about it. They say we need some shields, we need protection. They now looking at their draft, Mr. Indy, I think it's on hit Varus. They've got Shen, Lux, Morgana.
They have very little damage if they want to keep that lethality of Varus. They have some decent poke with Morgana, Lux, and Varus. But just looking at the team comps, if that really is a lethality Varus against a Kai'Sa and an Anivia, they will get out damaged so fast. They'll have very low damage carries in the mid lane and the bot lane, and they'll be out damaged so fast. But Kai'Sa and Anivia are two champions with very high DPS, very able to just almost one shot on Anivia these days.
Yeah, and I want to see what runes he does decide to take, because usually we'll be able to identify whether or not he is that on-hit Varus just before the game really even starts, when we're just loading in. The other thing I really want to find out is how Morgana is going to play, because I think last game they were on the Nautilus, and I think that if they had roamed a little bit more to the mid lane, it could have been beneficial. However, it's a little contradictory to how I want them to play, because I want them to play bot focus. I think you've got Lux can roam down from the mid lane and can pop an ult or something and impact from far away. Top lane, you have the Shen. So is Morgana going to leave lane if they get a head bot lane, or are they going to just play 100% bot lane focused?
Well, I don't know. I think it's going to depend on the play style here. We've seen a lot. I don't know about we, but I've seen a lot of mobility with Morgana with some, let's just say, varying degrees of success. Runs it down a little bit. Like, roaming-wise, I think the support on the other team is Nautilus, right? No, wait. What am I saying? What?
Nautilus was on the team of Furious 5. So the team that's now on the blue side, the left side, had the Nautilus. Now they're going to be on the Morgana.
Yeah, Nautilus definitely has a lot better roaming than Morgana, but I think Morgana is probably better than Team Fights. But if that Morgana can, just walk up a little bit, I think it may be able to match the other support roam.
Yeah.
Simply because that Black Shield is so important into champions. I mean, just look at the CC. They have a Pantheon and a Anivia. Both those champions are able to CC very well. And even the Trundles looking a Black Shield and Hecarim during a roam, that might be the difference between losing and winning a skirmish.
100%. And Trundle and Pantheon kind of come at you, monodimensionally. They come at you forward. They're running right at you. and for people like Lux and for Varus all and for Morgana binding, even Shen taunt, it's a lot easier because they don't really have a dash. Sure, you could say Pantheon has a W where he dashes into stun you with the point and click, but it's not really a dash. He has to get pretty close to you to do it. So the way they've drafted this game, I think, even though I believe we both gave it, we said that the better drafter was Degenerate's last game, I really think they've done a great job drafting this game and are talked about it and are not worried. Thanks, guys, for all the bits that you're donating. Thanks for the John Cena. Thank you for Sonic Skater, Fearful, Suds McGuffin, which is a really good name. That's a great name. I love that name. I'd wear that shirt with that, and I don't know why. Thank you all for the subs.
No, correct me if I'm mistaken, but I think Leona still beats Morgana in lane, because remember, that Black Shield, that's a 30-second cooldown, 28-second cooldown, level 1 or 2. Normally you don't want to max, you want to max your root. Leona's root and stun combo, that's like 8 seconds. If she uses that Black Shield the first time around, and they just get an engagement in the next 3 seconds, it's still a decent win for the Leona.
This is actually something I mentioned yesterday, and I'm going to mention it again right now, because I think it is super, super important for people to hear that are, maybe plat or below, or golden below, but your spells sometimes are infinitely more useful when they're not on cooldown, like when you haven't thrown it. The fact that you have a Black Shield is more terrifying to Leona than when you actually use it. Because she knows, hey, if I go in, it might not do anything. So I shouldn't go in until I see them use Black Shield, but I have to threaten like they could use it. So holding on to your spells, holding on to that binding, holding on to that Black Shield, and not using them gregariously. You don't want to just keep using them for fun. We see a lot of people who are bronze or silver throw out a lot of spells they don't need to. You don't need to throw the binding out as Morgana until something happens. You don't need to put the Black Shield on until something happens. So I want to see Burn in Hell kind of transition into this entire different laning phase where you're sitting back, you're waiting for them to make a mistake, or you're waiting for your team to come bottom. And I think you're right. I think that Leona can abuse that fact that her cooldowns are a lot shorter.
I mean, I agree with you. Holding up abilities is sometimes okay, right? especially with abilities of Black Shield. But at the same time, in my personal experience, as you know, I'm very experienced in ways of solo queue.
He's so
If
experienced,
you
this
have an
man.
ability on cooldown, you've already lost the game. In my opinion.
You are the I can't imagine running into a solo queue because I don't know what playing against you would even be
Trust
like.
me,
You
it's
just be
even
hitting.
worse for the
Do you
people,
just
dude.
smash your keyboard on your desk and just like I know
Depends
that
on
everything's on
champion.
cooldown now?
I mean, if you have a cooldown on your thing, I mean, if you just have an ability up during a team fight, I think you probably lost. Even if you don't hit anyone, just throwing it out there, it shows the confidence, it shows the other team
Yeah.
that you're willing to take risks
It's
like
it's
that.
an
So
alpha thing. You're
Definitely,
alphaing
definitely.
them.
Yeah,
that's right.
that
That's right.
definitely is.
They will be scared.
Well, the most alpha player in this game, and so far in the series, and I'm gonna take a step. I'm gonna say J Dubs is so alpha they might even be more Chad than Kosa we've seen in the top lane that is in the same league. I mean,
Whoa.
J Dub's last game had a Chad game. That the
Yeah, that
flash
really was.
over the charm into the ultimate into killing. I mean, this guy was playing out of his mind. He can't be as tricky on a Nivea, I don't think, but he can be smart. A Nivea can have really smart walls, can wall a part of the team, can bother this Hecarim trying to come in. So I'm extremely interested into how they adapt into a new champion, and I'm excited for him.
Yeah, honestly, he's been an outstanding player so far. Like I said, proving grounds tonight, and it's been impressive. Definitely impressive.
We got 54 seconds. I've got to get a nice cold coriander from my big coriander fridge that Coriander donated to me because we're the sponsor. So, guys, take it
Nice,
away. Talk
nice.
about the skins maybe. I'm going to transition you just in case it takes me longer than 40 seconds to go get a nice. I'm actually at several.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, take your time.
Thank you.
Yeah. Can we get a takes two in the chat, please?
Is he gone?
Yeah. Oh,
gone.
he's gone.
Just
Finally.
between me. Yeah, I know, right? Like his voice bores me.
Oh,
Yeah, such a pain.
so squeaky. Yeah, what do you got for me? Just
Oh
you
shit,
and me.
he's coming.
No, we're good. We're good. We're good.
I heard the door.
Oh no, that's just my crappy ass chair. That's right, everybody. I'm using the same chair that I've had for roughly 10 years. It's
When he
an
talks
old
about the
office chair.
scream,
Another
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah, honestly, you should just start screaming.
he should be removed.
I think that would
from
make
the
good
board.
content.
I think I should start screaming as well, just to help the viewers out. You know, if they don't
A
hear his
few
voice, maybe
Please.
they'll have fun
later.
viewing.
Please, they're always posting in the chat.
Yeah, that's right. I saw some guy in the chat saying that I am not following because I don't like that guy that's casting right now.
Oh my god, dude, we gotta change this like right now.
I know I changed
Alright.
the screen a little early. I'm back. I actually encountered something that's like a it's very freaky to me. It's not like a deja vu thing, but it feels similar. You know how
Okay.
we asked like you should bring up something that's random for these 3 minutes and we
Sure,
asked about
sure.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
The beer that I have is called Imperial Stout Trooper and has a picture of a stormtrooper.
Yeah, I knew that.
I did too.
But
Yeah,
I
we
didn't know
both
that I
went
got
into
that.
it.
I didn't even register in my mind
That's
that
okay,
that's
we did.
that
I
you
knew
knew.
you had that.
That's terrifying. You take too many kills in solo queue.
Look at this, they're all heading top lane.
Yeah, oh, I love this. I love level 1 stuff so much. I'm so excited
Sweet.
for this
Hype.
to
It's
lead into
so hype.
something.
God.
You know, crack the coriander for everybody. I know this is a lot of people's favorite part, so.
Oh!
Is that clean one?
For all the people
Oh!
watching, he
Woo!
is of legal drinking age, I believe, so we are not breaking any laws.
I'm a little too far beyond it. It's actually, I don't even want to tell you my age because I don't think you guys can count that high. Here we here we go.
Like
J
22.
Dubs leading his team into a battle that is quickly mitigated by Lux.
Disappointed by the lack of the flash stun from the Leona. I would have done that.
Yeah, absolutely no cojones on this Leona right here. Honestly, clip that so I can talk about it in the highlights channel because I want to talk to Tulkon about why they're not going absolutely ham.
Can I just say that I love the sound of your voice, and so does everyone watching on stream? Bubble.
Yeah.
Really, they like this because this is
Yeah, they love it.
that's great. Morg DC'd. Kaisa says you startled me. I like that. I find that amusing. Guys, this is a really great example of when it's appropriate to pause the game. And obviously we play in tournament draft mode, so if you need to pause the game because someone DCs, because anything's going on, if something happens, someone spills coffee all over their thing, someone spills corianders all over their keyboard, if you need to pause for whatever reason, make sure no one's in the middle of a fight. Make sure that it's
Wait,
not
so
a
are you
BM
saying-
pause.
You're saying you're not allowed to pause in the middle of a fight to throw off the enemy's morale?
Very,
not allowed.
very true. It's actually, it can be punishable if it's clearly done with any actual intent. it can be
point
pushed to the
that-
side if somebody actually DCs in the middle of a fight, and it's like absolutely crazy, and for some reason you do, talk to the other team during the pause and be like, hey, we're really sorry. We had 2 people DC right now, and we're going to lose the whole game if this fight is over. Can we just handshake, walk away for 2 seconds when they reconnect? So just be kind. Know that we're a neighborhood community. This is a community-first league. We just want everyone to have a good time and to play the game and feel good about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but everyone remembers the famous pause during one of the 2018 Summer NALCS Finals when Cutie Pie paused the game to report that Tyler won at DC because he got hooked by the rain. That's a good example of a pause.
Great example of a pause. You have a lot of different opinions of me, and I think that this is pretty important that we're casting together. It is the electrocute. Oh wait, did we see? What is? It's Dark Harvest on the Varus.
That
with
is.
the cleanse.
Oh wow, interesting.
Oh my God, top lane is so close.
I do not like that Varus taking cleanse in my opinion. He already has a Morgana. I think it's a little counterintuitive to have a cleanse and a Morgana.
He is saying, hey, if Morgana's not around, I'm taking care of myself, baby. This is very much something you would do,
I
even
like
though you're.
that mindset as a matter of fact. To take it back.
Yeah, I thought you would. Saying, I don't care. I don't really have a support in my mind. It's just me. It's me on the field, nobody else. How do you play sports?
I do solo sports like ping pong.
Swimming, wrestling.
I am actually the world heavyweight champion in the world wrestling.
That's not true, but I really like it. A good binding on the Tulkon right there. Doing a lot of damage. A good block from Bix is making sure his.
The other night. Casually.
Could you imagine if group wrestling was a real thing?
Ew.
Like WWE, but like not. You know what I mean? Like real.
They get too confusing.
It would. It really would. There'd be a whole lot going on.
I would win it.
You
Yeah,
would win it
probably, honestly.
alone.
I
know.
would. I have never lost a fight against anyone ever. I weigh a lot, and
I weigh a lot. Speaking of trying to fight, it looks like mid lane is going to go in a little bit. They actually were able to burn Lux's flash already. And that's pretty important because now Anivia has this ability to control the wave. It was pushing into her. She can set up a nice freeze right here and basically zone Lux off because she knows if she steps up, she doesn't have vision right now on the bot side. She can't see if Trundle's coming in. Oh, a nice stun right here is actually going to mean a good amount of damage from J-Dubs onto her. He procs that electrocute. It's a dangerous spot for Lux right now with no flash.
Oh yeah.
Oh, a nice taunt here from Shen. And you know what? Hecarim is back. A really good flash. Well timed for Pantheon. And good use of his E right there to keep himself safe. They do burn that flash in the top lane, which is pretty important.
oh look, mid, no flash.
Mid's got no flash, and Trundle's waiting in the shadows. A huge wall! What a good wall to pillar! That is the... Oh, what a terrain usage of their abilities! So solid. Great play right there. Great play from Furious 5.
I
I
love
like
that
the most
first blood.
about right now that Trundle got the kill. We're gonna have a good game.
Oh, you're so happy about this game already.
Won. I think they
Yeah,
already
good
won.
point.
I think they already won. If Trundle takes every kill, this game's over.
I think we would get the kills of Leona and Trundle, and that's how we should play the game.
I love it. I love the energy you got.
Having a Nibia wall and a Trundle pillar,
I will say,
Yeah, that's-
and I know I'm not...
that is bigger than the Great Wall of China.
They used that play so well. I mean, we talked about their comms last game. They clearly set that play up and talked about it before they did it. Like, so far, like, they were like, hey, we're going to double train this guy and lock him in, okay? And we're just going to eat him alive. And that's exactly what they did. And I think that, you know, going against Furious 5, something you have to know is that these guys are talking. These guys are ready to play. They have plans. They have ideas set in place. Really commending them. I think this is a really good play out of them.
Ooh.
I think top lane is just a little bit of a wet noodle, though.
Yeah.
Trading back and forth. Oh, that's a lot of damage, actually, right there out of the Pantheon. He's going to walk it on down. This Q hits. He dies.
Pull down, yeah.
Doesn't. I'm thinking, thanks for the cheer of the devil. Why did you give us 666? What is going on?
What the heck?
Oh my god, this man might be evil. Anyway.
Burn in hell.
Burn in... Oh, he's rooting for Burn in Hell. That must be what it is.
No. I love it.
Why does
Little bit of
Degen
non-action
scam my
happening.
points? Yeah, they... listen, this is a big conspiracy going on. A lot of corruption here at the LBLCS. Clearly, Degen is scamming people's points. Now, I think Degen definitely are performing a lot better this game in terms of thinking about plays to create. I think that we saw Hecarim create a nice play up top. We see him farming better than this Trundle this time, doing a good job. I'm a little worried about the solo lane CS discrepancies for them. But bot lane, again, Vixis, really good player. He's doing a great job holding on to what he can. He's poking people a lot right there. The binding does miss off of that burn and help, but oh, here comes Anivia. Great wall stun. A huge usage of the Black Shield. Oh my god, he wants it. He's saying, I'm going to get it, and he goes all the way in, and he takes it, baby. He's down to Clown. I don't think Burn in Hell actually has the damage to kill him here. And I think he realizes this now a little bit too late as he runs for the hills, but is taken all the way back to the fountain by the enemy team. 3-0 goes the score. And just as trying to commend them, the communication and the dive bottom by the side of Furious 5 is just so clean. Shen had just hit 6, so he actually couldn't even come down and help.
Right, and remember when you were saying you can't rely on the Morgana? Black Shield, I think that's a great example of that.
Yeah.
That was, I would be missing pinking. Oh, wow. Wow, that was a lot. That was a quarter.
That was a huge kill. I was gonna talk, but you were going, and he died so quick I didn't really even get to interrupt you, which I like to do.
That's what.
I will say though, J-Dubs is kind of nuts.
He is. He really is.
The man is a scary boy.
Yeah, he's pretty spooky, honestly. I don't know if I saw him on the street. You know what I mean?
What he looks like.
I'd say please.
You would say please. Who says please to somebody on the street?
Just randomly. He's not even paying
Walk
attention
up
to me.
to please.
He's just cowering. Please.
Yeah, I would.
Not my rank.
I don't go outside much.
Smart.
That's smart.
It's dangerous
that's
out
really
there.
smart. Yeah, it really is. There's a lot of things out there.
That could be a J-Dubs just lurking around the corner for all we know.
Seriously, and you'd have to say please.
I mean, I could be lurking around the corner.
Yeah, you could be. You as Trundle could be
Even scarier. Even scarier.
ready to
honestly.
steal J-Dub's kill.
Yeah, I'm a career criminal, man.
Oh, I love criminals. I can't even talk about criminals right now. I've had too many coordinators.
Don't get him
I'm
started.
really excited about criminals as we see a couple of excitement things going here in the top lane. Training again. A big wave here for Shen though. Oh, that's a nice usage of drawing him in. He's got no flash. This will finally be a kill. 1-1 is the top lane score. And Shen actually looking pretty healthy this game. Had a rough game on that Urgot when they were getting camped pretty heavily, but isn't too far down in CS. Is going to be able to crash this wave. Yes, Pantheon has level 6 ultimate and teleport, so should get there to catch it all. But really good usage there. Oh, a huge ultimate from Tolkon. A nice use of the Black Shield's going to keep him safe for a little bit longer. He's going to drop this ultimate. Picks this right here. He doesn't have it available. He's trying to burn as much as he can. A nice ultimate from Shen's going to keep him alive for a second longer. He's able to finish him off. He is. Varus picks up 1 kill, but 2 go down in the bottom lane. And all of a sudden, now Shen is in trouble because he tried to use his ultimate. And Pantheon caught him. He's trying to trade what he can. Hecarim is kind of nearby, but he can't come in yet. And he does pick up the kill. Nice job by Pantheon right there as Faye is running for their life away from the mid lane.
Oh man. Another action-filled game.
Okay, I want
Right from
everyone
the
to know.
get-go.
Actually, this is actually very funny if you're listening to chat. Chat keeps saying that Evdingus is short, and Evdingus keeps banning the phrase Evdingus is short, and the other moderators keep re-allowing the phrase Evdingus is short to be allowed. It is incredibly amusing to watch on my side of the stream. I love it so much.
How short is he? That's my question.
Oh man, I mean, think like 3'1",
Maybe even shorter.
and I'm talking centimeters, 31 centimeters.
3-1. Yeah.
I'm actually.
Everyone stop. Evdingus is not that. I think Evdingus is taller than me actually, which is embarrassing because Bondi's really tall. And
Yeah. Bondi is really tall.
I'm really tall. Yeah.
you're really big. You're really tall. You can.
Yeah, I'm 7'4", 340 pounds. I actually play for the New England Patriots.
I was gonna say
Oh,
you
wow.
better be playing sports. Hold up, what's going
as
on?
a casual hobby. Like not. I mean, I was
Just
a
for
recently
fun.
one.
Yeah, it's a hobby. You play for a professional team as a hobby.
I don't go to practice. I only show up for the games, and I got MVP that season. Ask Bill Belichick himself. Me and Eli Manning were on the same team. That damn it, wait.
Damn it! Wait, I don't know enough football to execute this one. Top lane trying to execute onto each other right now. They're not able to do enough damage. They're just slapping each other. Shen trying to pick up as much CS as he can, but he's getting push behind in CS. It's nothing like the mid lane, though. J-Dubs really is so oppressive, and Burn in Hell has a nice use of that Black Shield there to keep him alive for a little bit longer. A good ultimate here, too. That's so much damage on that Kaisa. Can they finish him off? Another Q would be able to do with the Ignite. He's burning on him. The Q does not connect. A nice dodge there from Kaisa to dip back in. Now they're looking onto Leona. Okay, Lux might be in trouble. Could go down. Is going to have to flash away and does get to safety in the end.
Whew. Ev Dingus is literally the literal embodiment of small man syndrome at 1'6". Yeah, that's roughly 31.
Peter
seconds.
Grimsley, I don't know who you are, but you are the smartest person I've seen in our chat in a
Pretty
while.
smart. Pretty smart.
Second Dragon is going to go over to the side of Furious 5. Oh, Hecarim really thought he was going to be able to get in there and get it. He actually might be able to pick up a kill. He does have people rotating right down, and they do. And actually, Leona is already dead. A bad use of the pillar there actually separates him. And so the range people could start to deal damage. Anivia's back in base, doesn't have teleport up, so they could be able to press this right now. Lux throwing that a little bit early, is unable to connect with that snare. And then they stopped doing stuff, so I stopped talking.
Yeah.
Which is normally what I do if they stop doing things, but...
Yeah. Honestly, Degenerate's still kind of holding it together. You know, they're still in it to win it.
Only 4,000.
Great. Yeah.
Honestly,
I mean, that's way better.
I think it was 6K near at this point in the last game. So, and they're going to get some gold back right there. Really good use of the Rip Hero that they were able to pick up. They weren't able to get any of the Dragons yet, but they're going to get some tower plates before 14 minutes and put it onto the person that I think you really want to have it on. I think this Varus has shown potential to actually be able to carry this game.
No lethality, but man, in the course.
Does go Manamune, is looking for that constant ability to poke with that Dark Harvest. I can't click on the screen or it will change the directed camera, but if Mr. Indy, if you could be so kind as to let me know his Dark Harvest stacks so we can start to get that conversation going.
Let's take a look. 2.
2?
Stacks.
That's more than 1, less than 3. And still more feet than Ev Dingus is tall.
That's very true.
1.
Numbers are hard, honestly.
Yeah, we don't expect you to have to know them. Top lane, there's a little bit of a level difference, but they're trading pretty evenly right here, although, oh, he has an empowered spell right now. Pantheon can't do a lot of damage. That's a good Q right there. Shen's got a lot of minions coming in her tower. If he does get a taunt off on her tower, and Pantheon knows this, he's going to have to back up. He just used his E on his Pantheon, so he cannot block damage. And actually, the new change to Pantheon, you can't block tower shots anymore the way you used to be able to. So that's super, super important. If you get taunted by Shen over there, he can delete you into that tower.
Riot Games taking away the best part of all the characters.
Well, you know what's crazy to me? I don't know if you played back in like Season 2 and stuff, but when they created Jax, his E, his Counter-Strike, he could block tower shots. And they came out with a big statement like, we made a mistake, this is way too strong. He has like a 60% win rate. Our bad, we'll change this. And then like 8 seasons later, they were like, but Pantheon should be able to do it. I don't understand that. I don't understand the logic there.
Yeah, what?
Well, they have 200 years of collective experience. I think they know what they're doing, okay?
I'm sorry, I'm not quite that old yet, but I'll let you know when I get there.
True, honestly.
Okay. A little bit of a relaxed state of the game. I actually like to see this. I like to see this from the side of Degenerates because I think last game they were getting caught out because they maybe tried to do too much they hadn't communicated about yet. And so now they're doing a good job. I mean, it's 15 minutes into the game. This was a totally different game. Last game in 15 minutes. They're going to ult it down here in the bot lane. A cleanse and a flash away is going to keep him safe. And now he's going to try to turn the tides here, Hecarim, right now, but a teleport's going to come down. It is going to be the Anivia. They're not going to be able to stop it. Oh my goodness, Trundle's coming down too. They were just waiting for this to occur. Shen's going to drop the ult, but it's not going to matter. Teleport also coming for Pantheon. They're going to drop 5 here into the bot lane. And I think I'm just caster cursing them. I'm sorry, Degenerates. I'm caster cursing you over here. That is on me.
Getting that bot lane tower.
Yep. Bot lane tower, there's a lot of pressure in. They're going to look for more. A Black Shield's going to keep him safe, but now the Black Shield's down, and he can get caught out. A flash away is going to keep him safe for a moment. A little bit of poke Coming down with a stun from Anivia does hit. They're waiting for Lux to get here, I think, with the ultimate. Oh my god, the ultimate in from 2 people. They're trying to do as much as they can. Vixus goes down. Can they do anything else to anyone? Tower shots are going to start to hit the team, though. They don't have a minion wave up here quite yet. It is going to get here now, just in time. Can Lux find any bit of damage or help clear this wave? I don't think so. Shen is going to split in the top lane while he knows no one can come and contest him there. They're going to take 1 tower, and they're going to back away as a team.
Shen has no AD right now, so it's going to be tough to see if he can get that turret.
Yeah, he's actually going to get wards, I think, into the jungle here. Yeah, he's going to ward that red buff so they can start really talking about where this Trundle is.
Yeah.
You know, one
You
thing...
got a lot of kills, you carry.
Yeah. He doesn't have more CS, though. Hecker has more CS.
Yeah, like I said, you should not be giving any traps to his lanes. I saw him give a blue buff to Anivia, I almost barfed in my chair right there.
Barfed in your chair, yeah.
Who does that? Giving
Don't puke in your pants tonight, alright? Hang on to it. A good use. Oh, it actually burns through the damage. I think that might kill. Oh! J Dubs from downtown picks up the kill. They're going to trade Herald for Dragon right here. So they do get the second Herald of the game. I will absolutely commend Hecarim for being able to take some objectives this game. Super, super impactful, super important for his team that he was able to do that. You have to leave this mid lane here, burn in hell. You have to let your mid lane burn in hell. The flash inwards. The use of the stopwatch is not going to be enough as they are going to go down in the end. I'm frozen. I just want everyone to know that I am frozen. Are you guys frozen?
Oh,
no,
wow.
I unfroze.
No.
I unfroze. That was
damage from that Anivia.
You know what that was? That was my low-budget internet coming into effect. Oh my lord! You guys probably saw that. That's what you're talking about before me.
Yep.
I'm on 1725 right now, so if you could just hold on a couple
We're at
seconds.
35 around.
Yeah, definitely hold on for a couple seconds for me, so that we're all on the same page. But oh my lord, that kill onto Vixus by J-Dubs was nuts.
Tell me your time to start counting it out loud.
Yeah, I'll count it. 1740, 1741, 1742, and then You know what? You know what you just did to me? You made my computer freeze.
Okay. I think we're
Let
on
me
the same thing
let
now.
me take some of these subs you guys gave us tonight, and let me just input them into my computer right here. Hang on.
Beep, beep, boop, boop,
We're
boop.
good now. We'll be good now. And if we're
Calculating.
not, then LeChance licks toes, and everybody knows it.
It's true, it's true.
133 viewers now.
Holy moly.
They love the low budget stuff. They like it when our stream freezes,
do.
I think.
Yeah, it's,
I should
honestly,
start
it's
freezing
more
the
exciting
stream
that way.
more. It is. You
The
don't know what's
worse the
happening.
viewing experience, the better the stream.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Another frag.
Oh.
Kinda how I live in the
And
field.
Wesley Imp 99, even just, you know, following us. He's the newest investor in the LBLCS because he loves the screen freezing. Thank you so much, my dude.
That Anivia is level 13.
Yeah, that's insane.
That Anivia is only a couple levels away from getting the driver's license, and they are trying to drive this one home right here. They're going to push forward. They have so much gold on them, almost doubling the CS there of the mid laner. I don't think Burn and Hell will get caught out because there's no one really with Leona, just the Kai'Sa a little bit far away. Oh, but in bot lane, they're going to go for some stuff. There is no tower here, but I think he might be able to burst if you have to dodge this skill shot if he's able to send it out. Okay, they got him into the egg form. No one is able to come and protect. Leona's right there, though. Can she get there in time? She can't. 1,000 gold to Vixus is important. Is it too little, too late? We will find out pretty soon as the top lane's now doing a big fight right here. A good use of the pillar to split them up. And now Shen has to run for the hills. He gets smited. He gets slowed. The use of this Frostfire Gauntlet here, I mean, this is why he's getting it. He just wants to be able to catch everybody. He wants to make sure he gets the kill. Slow him down. He can bite him.
That's right. He couldn't have gotten that Frostfire Gauntlet so early if not for the early kills that went over to the Trundle.
Thank you,
We
Wesley.
appreciate the item difference between Anivia and Lux right now.
It is massive. I mean, just look at the gold difference. I'll hit the X button so we can look at it. But 9,600 gold on Anivia total throughout the game.
Almost 5,000.
4,700 on the side of Lux. I mean, Lux, for only being 0-2 and having the gold difference that massive, surprised it's not more. Definitely mitigating the possible losses that could be coming. Is positioning well enough. Obviously sacrificing some minions in that time. But, you know, J-Dubs is scary. I don't want to face him.
No. No, yeah. J-Dub's super scary. Please.
Please. J-Dubs, please.
Jeez, J-Dub. Yeah, he's just got such a presence, honestly, that it's so much fun. So much fun to watch.
This guy's definitely, he's going to start a rant here. I think J-Dubs is going to be
Yep.
talked about for a couple days
Yep.
here at the LBLCS. They're going to just clear this wave, and they do have really solid wave clear. Like, you will have to kill these guys to be able to start taking stuff, or have Baron and push it, and they are circling it right now. They're posturing for it. It looks like they will be going for Trundle having trouble deciding whether he should take that ward or not, letting Leona take it in the end. Not what Mr. Indy would have done.
Why? It's like 10 gold, first of all. I mean, that's just giving... You're telling your support that you care for them. And you just can't do that in today's League of Legends.
Can't do it.
You listen to me. And, well, that's what happens when your support think you care. They do things like that. You make them follow you around, and you never get caught. That's just what happens right there.
Yeah, just quickly blown up right there. Good night, burn in hell. Getting absolutely evaporated off the map. Does have that Imperial Mandate now. Is buying really good wards.
Ooh.
Honestly,
Here's
is
the flank.
warding better than Leona, which commends to that, because if you are supporting fives, that's something you really need to be doing, and really good work from them. As Hecarim's gonna come in, he's gonna knock them all down. Can they do more damage? Oh, they're almost able to take out Trundle. Can they do it? They can. Hecarim's gonna fall as well. Shen is already down. Pantheon sliding in, ready to slay some dragons with that skin. He's gonna get poked down, but not enough. He currently is a 2-for-1, as 3 people remain in the base of Degenerates. Can they hang on? They will lose this tower. I don't think they can hang on.
That engage looked good, but if you slow that down, you actually notice the Hecarim auto-attacked the Trundle when he was doing his charge engage, which did virtually no damage there. I don't know if that was unintentional or intentional, but I think that was a wrong decision to make, especially with Anivia and the Kai'Sa on the other team.
I think that I think it was fine, and I think that the reason it was fine is because if he didn't do something, obviously it wasn't the best he could have done, right? But if he didn't do something, that fight could have gone very, very poorly for the side of Degenerate. So them pulling out a play when you are behind is sometimes really hard to do. It's hard to communicate. They were able to do it right there, and props to them for actually being able to take out this Trundle, give him his first kill. And this is going to be sole point if they're not able to steal it, and they aren't. Leona actually... How upset are you with Trundle for letting Leona take that?
I don't know why he keeps doing this. Like we just saw the Morgana get picked because she had the support of her. I mean, the support role in itself is just you doing the other things for your teammates, and if you matter, you don't. Then that's unfortunately the situation.
Oh, I just enjoy it.
There is a reason that support players in the LCS, I could play support in the LCS, for example, because obviously I'm really good. Like,
You're really tall, you're really big. You got a lot of stuff going for you, Mr. Indy. I'm so proud that you
I
have
actually
all
won the
this
Medal
stuff.
of Honor twice, only person.
Yeah, Soul at 23 minutes. You're right. Soul at 23 minutes is kind of nuts. It's super, super good for them to be able to close out this game early on. They have the scaling as well with this Kraken Slayer Kai'Sa, with this Anivia going into this mid-late game here. And, you know, Degenerates are still living in that mid-game area. They have not yet gotten to any of the same gold level. They're down by about 10k. It's a rough climb back if they're able to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. 11k is quite the mountain to climb.
Yeah, it's almost insurmountable. But I will say, and I will commend them on this, one, I think the draft was better this time for what they knew they were going up against. And two, this game looked a lot closer for a lot longer than game one, at least so far, and it's not over yet.
Right.
We'll see the goal
It is.
there.
Yeah, they're going to get this right here. It will be Baron again over to the side of Furious 5 as they want to close out their first series as soon as they can. They're looking for the first win in the first matchup. This is Commercial League Division 2. So anybody who's watching at home, there's 14 teams in Commercial League Division 2. And they're cementing themselves as a force to be reckoned with by these other 13 teams.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Kids are taking notes at home. They're
Yeah,
taking
they
notes.
really
They're saying if you're playing Trundle, take all the kills. If you're 7 foot, 300 pounds, play for the Patriots with the wrong quarterback. They're taking all these notes. that Mr. Indy has
Oh,
had.
no.
Heckrim's coming in from behind. Is he able to do much? It's not too much, but he is able to do some damage on Akaisa. Nice ultimate away. He's going to keep her safe. Now he's out of position. He's going to get burned down, but he was able to keep her. Pressure for him. Oh, Shen's able to take a kill. Varus is able to take a kill. It's a 2-for-1 in favor of Degenerates this time, and they're hanging on to this game. And Kaisa's even like, damn, well played. Nice freaking shot onto me. I love that. I love good sportsmanship. It's so important in a league like this where we're community-based. Just so nice to see. I love it when people are genuine with their compliments. It's just very applaudable.
Yeah, absolutely. Round of applause.
And as Mr. Indy would say, compliment your opponents, never your teammates.
I mean, in essence, the stronger the opponent, it just sharpens yourself. And you want to build up their momentum.
Wow. Yeah.
That's right.
I like that. I like that a lot.
I do like that a lot. That's good.
Those are good words.
But if you notice, actually, they won the fight, they still lost the inhibitor. That just shows how strong the Anivia was, even though they were at a guy disadvantage in the solo.
I mean, Anivia is sitting on so much gold this game. 12,500. The next closest isn't even at 11,000 in the entire game. And Kaisa is the closest to her. Like, J-Dubs CSs really well. Gets that lead. And I think the other thing, too, is the team knows the play around. And if I were to place a bet, I think J-Dubs does a lot of the shot calling. He's setting up plays in the mid lane for him. They were able to burn that early Lux Flash. They then abused it with a double terrain movement there with the second gank. I mean, this is looking like this guy. Like, if I'm trying to take out the team of Furious 5, I might get a hitman for J-Dubs. I might be like, oh, you can't play with J-Dubs today? Did something happen? Oh no, he's gone. Now I've got a chance.
I'm sending that into the FBI. I have
I'm gonna send that into the FBI. Oh, can Heckrim survive right there? No. No, Leandri's torment is a thing, and it is tormenting him right there. Sends him all the way back to the pad. A nice use of the ult is going to make sure they pick up one. Can they pick up a second one? Oh, Bix is a little too deep. Does try to get a kill, but he cannot. And I think this will be the game if they're able to push in right here. They have so many people alive. Only Shen and Lux are up. Unless Shen goes full Chad Bono mode, I don't see a way back into this at this point. Yeah, I think this is going to be game 2 and the full series, the full win. Going over to the Furious 5 here in week 1. Ladies and gentlemen, take a bow. J-Dubs, take the crown. Because right now, you're the king of the mid lane.
Oh, yeah.
Good game.
Yeah,
good series.
Game, everybody. Honestly. You guys were a blast.
First thing in chat that Anivia's OP.GG is a little bit sus. Can we take a look at that right now in the post game? I'm curious as to see what it is.
Oh,
sorry, we've got a whole team of people that try to find if people are Smurfs, so if they are in any way, we will know in a matter of days or less. I will say, though, solid plays from them. Really, really good stuff. I really like to see it. Yeah, I think that Degenerate Esports, too, they woke up a little bit after Game 1. We saw a lot of that come out from it, and just solid stuff. Unfortunately, my league crashed because 200 years is just so good at having a good client. I wanted to see the damage that everybody did, and now I can't.
Small indie company.
So, looking at this, though. Looking at this, Mr. Indian, talk to me for a second here about, there's 14 teams here. You got a lot of people from the Commercial League Division 2 looking at this. If you're in the Commercial League Division 2 and you see both of these teams, what are your takeaways? Obviously, really good communication from this side of Furious 5. How are you going to talk to your team? How are you going to approach these two teams when you face them in the season?
I'll say this. This is the biggest season we've had so far, right?
Yeah.
By far.
Yep.
This is the most competitive that the season has gone so far.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you got to put in a lot more work just looking at these two teams play, especially the winning team. You got to put in a lot more work to be able to compete with that team. This isn't like a ranked flex type thing, or like play Clash of Tournament. You have to practice. You have to do a lot to stay competitive with just the nature of things that are going. If you're in the competitive lead, I'd be scared if you're not practicing. If you have not practiced with your team, I recommend you get on that. Because this is, even though it is not the highest league, this is extremely competitive.
For sure.
And I think that we're going to have a great season in this league and hopefully in the other two as well.
I think that was... You know what? You kind of fooled me. You were kind of like joking a little bit with me, and I didn't know if you were ready to say something incredibly impressive, and then you just blew me out of the goddamn water. What a response. Wow. Yeah, I love that.
I
ZZ.
wasn't joking. Everything I said was real.
ZZ, I know you want to say please to J Dubs, but what do you want to say to everybody listening at home right before we sign off for the night? Guys, unfortunately, I'm so sorry. I really do have to go. Unfortunately, I cannot do interviews, although I really love to do them all the time. So thanks for watching at home. And as ZZ Chocobo always signs off, he always says,
It takes two to tango.
it takes two to tango. Take a shot of coriander for us at home. Good night.